Welcome into this edition of the Red Sox Recap on the Red Sox Rundown by Chat Sports. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. It was an ugly game. It was. Did not look good whatsoever. Tanner Houck had an okay game. He controlled the game for a majority of the time. It was just a few errors. The two Jonah Heim home runs, ugly. You had the Jake Burger hit, not great. 4 earned runs, only 2 Ks. So that's not the Tanner Houck you want to see, but he is, of course, he's a contact hitter, so you're going to get what you're going to get with him. The defense looked great. I'm not going to lie. The defense looked really good, and that's a continued positive for this team. The offense, on the other hand, was ugly. It was ugly. I'm just not going to lie. It was ugly. They left 8 runners on base. They were 3 for 11, I believe the stat was, with runners in scoring position. And Rafael Devers struck out every single at-bat once again. You cannot have the face of your franchise striking out in a scenario like that. We're going to have more coverage for you. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you follow me here for all the latest Red Sox coverage. Let's talk about Tanner Houck a little bit more real quick, okay? Like I said at the beginning, he controlled most of the game. He looked like we would expect him to look. His velo, fine. Control, relatively good. Did have 3 walks, but that's not that bad, all things considered. It's just a few very costly errors. The 2 Jonah Heim home runs. The second one, slider like basically right down the middle. You cannot do that with big league hitting. It just cannot happen. And on top of that, the Jake Burger hit as well. But I do want to say one of the very, very big positives from this game is the defense. No errors once again. Alex Bregman proves that he is that Gold Glove third baseman, which we're going to talk about Rafael Devers for a pretty good chunk of the second half of this video. But he was on all cylinders. Some really nice double play turns, really great defensive work. That's what you want to see out of a defense that was the worst in baseball last year. And they helped Tanner Houck get out of a lot of situations. Tanner Houck had really great composure for a majority of this game, was able to get out of a majority of the situations where he walked a guy, he gave up a hit, and he was able to get out of those situations. It's just a few costly mistakes with the 2 home runs and the Jake Burger hit that really kind of tanked his outing. The numbers are not going to do him justice. I think overall Houck had a better outing than I think the numbers are going to show. It's just a few costly errors that did do him in. Defense, like I already said, looked good. 2 relievers came in today. Greg Weissert had an inning, only gave up 1 hit, had a K. Really great to see. Bernardino went one and a third. That's also what you want to see. The relievers, the bullpen have looked really, really good so far. I've had no complaints. I had to eat crow on the Aroldis Chapman signing. He's looked phenomenal so far to start the year. And I think that that's a credit to Andrew Bailey. Talked about it on yesterday's video. Andrew Bailey and his system has worked really well, not just for Chapman, but Bernardino's looked really good. Weissert's looked really good. All of these relievers that we might have been a little shaky on last year have started the season looking really, really good. Let's talk about the defense, okay? Ugly. It is. It's ugly. They were 3 for 11 with runners in scoring position. They left 8 runners on base. I got some comments on my video yesterday about, hey, we cannot overreact. This is not the 2024 Red Sox. What was the MO of the Red Sox last year? Striking out. They did not strike out as much today, which is a good sign. Leaving runners on and with runners in scoring position, not converting. That was the MO of the Red Sox in 2024. And that, look, through 2 games, that's what we've seen. We've seen strikeouts, we've seen leaving runners on, and we've seen bad hitting with runners in scoring position. I'm not worried. I'm not overreacting. It's just not a trend you want to see to start the year. You want to see these hitters get comfortable in the plate. You want to see them have better timing. And until we see that, there is going to be a little bit of skepticism. And I'm not overreacting here. This is 2 games. There's plenty of time to regroup. But based off of what we've seen, it's not how you want to start the season. They got lucky yesterday with Wilyer Abreu having a 2-home run godly game. But today, one player is not going to carry you for the entire season. So the middle of the order especially is going to have to figure it out. But it will happen eventually. I'm not that worried about it. Kristian Campbell, one of the best stories so far this season, other than Wilyer Abreu, who continues to own the Texas Rangers. It's been really great to see. Kristian Campbell, though, He is the second most comfortable person at the plate for the Red Sox right now, which is what you want to see from a brand new prospect who is just in his second game in the majors. That's really, really great to see. And the fact that he is getting so comfortable at the plate, he had 2 more hits today. He went 2 for 4. I mean, he's got a batting average of 429 right now, an OPS of almost 1,000. That's what you want to see from a player that is making his first 2 starts in Major League Baseball. And I will say, I'm not going to overreact about this either, because Jarren Duran had 2 hits today. He's got his average up to 375. That's great to see. He's starting to get in. Bregman 1 for 4, but he had some really, really solid hits that just turned into outs. I could say the same thing about Trevor Story. I could say the same thing about Slaten Rafaela. Like, these guys are hitting the ball. They're just not finding gaps. So it's not doomsday for this lineup. However, if you're Triston Casas or you're Rafael Devers, I would worry a little bit. To finish off today, let's talk about Rafael Devers. First things first, Alex Cora spoke today, and I wanted to talk about this in this video. Alex Cora spoke today, and he said, Devers is our DH. He's not going to get any time at third base. That is going to be for Romy Gonzalez. That's going to be for David Hamilton, which is interesting because when Rafael Devers, I don't want to say threw a fit at the beginning of this spring training, he was adamant that third base was his spot. The fact that they are not going to give him any nods at third base at all, it doesn't matter what the situation is, that's surprising to me, because if the face of your franchise is obviously not happy with the situation at hand, you at least got to throw him a bone here or there. But at the end of the day, it does make sense. Rafi has been, over the past few years, one of the worst defensive third basemen in all of baseball. And Alex Bregman won a Gold Glove last year at third base. So while it is kind of crazy to hear those comments from Cora, it does kind of make sense if you think about it. And that is just kind of how the cookie crumbles. Breslow did also talk to him, and he credited Rafi for being a team player. So I think that this situation is kind of over with. I think the discussions have been had, and hopefully this does not trickle into games, which people may be crediting what has happened the last 2 games to that. I'm not. I just think he hasn't found his timing yet. But I'm just going to say it. Rafi looks bad at the plate. He does. He's had 7 at-bats so far this year, and he's struck out 6 times, or he had 8 at-bats. He's had 8 at-bats this year, and he's struck out 7 times. It doesn't matter who it is. If you have 8 at-bats and you strike out 7 times, that's just not good. It's not good. He does not look good at the plate right now. And I think that's probably a timing thing. He really didn't get many spring training starts at all in spring training. He was taking his time on the backfield. He was taking his time, just taking live BPs and hitting off the machine. And that's not good enough. It's not. You need live reps. And I think at the end of the day, that is the issue. He did not get nearly enough live reps in spring training games, so he's just behind. His approach to the plate looks bad. It looks like it's still his spring training, and that's concerning. It is. So at the end of the day, I don't want to sugarcoat it, and I don't want to make excuses, but 7 strikeouts and 8 at-bats, that's just not going to cut it. That's where I'm going to end it. You let me know. Are you worried about Rafi? Type Y for yes. Type N for no. Make sure you subscribe. I'm going to be back here again tomorrow. Going to be here tweeting out highlights and videos. So follow me on social media. Make sure you subscribe. We'll see you tomorrow. Until next time, go Sox.